What's going on, beautiful people? How's everybody doing today? Boy Ed, welcome to another episode of Confessions the Podcast. And this episode gonna be light. It's a beautiful day. Um, I'm really confident in myself. I'm really confident in the words that have been laid down concerning me about my future. And I'm just really confident about my place in this life. We all have a purpose. We all have a mission to fulfill. We all have goals to pursue. We all have um, obstacles to overcome. But I'm gonna tell you something I learned about me. My greatest obstacle was myself. Early on in life, and I don't mean to just skip right over it, but we'll touch into it another day because it was a lot dealing with it. But I was traumatized by being molested. Um, I definitely, it was abused. I was abused. I was abused by some adults. I was abused. And it's like, you don't want, for me, it's like, it is a truth that kind of in this space now becomes an uncomfortable truth because one of my abusers, was my mom. But she, later on in life, she recognized what she was doing and what she had done, and we actually were able to make amends. And I'll be honest with you, even though I was abused, I didn't hold it against my mom because I came to understand that she literally did the best she could. And when I tell you she did an amazing job with me and my siblings, she did an amazing job. Now, my experience with my mom wasn't necessarily my brothers and sisters. And so, when I just kind of hesitate at saying that I was abused, I hesitate because I don't want anyone to think that I loved my mama less because I didn't. And to this day, you still can't speak ill of her or her name to me without repercussion. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my mama. I don't care what we went through and how we went through. That's my mama, and I would literally pull up on you about my mama. But now she with Jesus, so I ain't got to pull up on nobody. But I would hope and pray that people are respectful and kind with the information I share because I'm not traumatized no more. I don't go through those pains no more. I don't go through that instability no more. I don't live in fear anymore. Um, and I'm working my way through. I think a lot of us, we come from certain environments and are reared by certain parents who just did not have it at certain points to give. That's just, they didn't have it. And you can't get mad at the person for not being able to give you what they don't have. That is unrealistic and it is insane to expect anything different, right? Now, hope is a little different. I just had always believed and always hoped that one day it will be different. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that day came for the last 7, maybe 10 years of my life, man. Me and my mama we developed the most amazing relationship because when she apologized, I also apologized because I also did her a disservice because when I got old enough and I was feeling myself and I could stand on my own 2 feet, I was very disrespectful back. And I didn't like that space between the two of us. That's one of the reasons why I left my mama's house at the age of 16 because I got tired of fighting. I just got tired of fighting. And I was just going because so I don't ever recommend disrespecting your parents. When you are old enough and able to move along, hopefully you'll have a family member or a friend that steps in and just kind of alleviates that pressure. They stand in the gap for you. Um, and I'm in a space now where I'm so thankful. Like my mama, she actually got an opportunity to love on me the way she really sincerely always wanted to. She just didn't know how, but she got an opportunity. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes, it's like it made me feel like she was talking to a 10-year-old. But I let her have that moment because like she needed that for her. And I also understood that for me, I was okay. So when she would speak to me about certain things and she would coddle me and all of these different things on the back end, I let her have that because I think she needed that. And I just appreciated her wanting to give me that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was always a genuine place. But I tell you something about my mama. She's one of the realest individuals I have ever met in life. Just period. She was sincere. She was passionate. A woman of few words. She didn't sugarcoat anything. She was straight to the point. And she did not give a fuck about how you felt about it. A beautiful woman. And she just was troubled. Because, you know, I don't think that we consider as children that our parents have a whole life that they have lived before they had any of the children that they ended up having. And who knows what that was like unless they open up about it. But we also, I'm 41, so my mama generation, they were still dealing with Jim Crow shit. They were still dealing with open racism. They were still dealing with, you know, the government blatantly being disrespectful towards people that look like us. So you figure that on top of the shit that may have gone on in the household, and then they were the generation what don't go whatever going on in this house, stay in this house. And to this day, a lot of them are still traumatized, and that trauma translated over to their children. And that's not a bad thing to say. It's a real thing to say, you know? And it becomes our responsibility, as much as it hurt, it becomes our responsibility to work through it, to forgive them and not hold it against them, because they honestly did the best they could. I don't even know who this message is for, but that's the direction of the conversation. When you have come through a thing, whoever it was that hurt you, it will really benefit you to forgive that person. Forgive them, because that sets you free. That frees you up. It frees you up, and it removes that sting so that you can begin your healing. And then continue to pray for those folks. Is what I'm saying. We're in an era now where you don't have to sit alone with your shit. You don't. And that's not saying just sit out here, go willy-nilly telling everybody your business. That's not what I'm saying. But we all have now access to people that will hear us, that will see us, and that will speak from a place of love, that will speak from a place of respect, with the intentions on you really stepping into your healing. And I just really hope and pray that more people do this. I don't ever want this to be a thing that's just like, you know, pushed to the side, because we're still going through stuff. We're still healing. We're still trying to figure it out, and we're still trying to get it together. And I will say, for me, the biggest thing that I had done was choosing to believe what God said concerning me. It took a while, but I live there now, and it is honestly such a beautiful space. It's like wherever you go, there you are. But now you can be where you're supposed to be. And I don't know, with that comes, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Like, I literally just made a decision probably in the last 3-4 years of where I wanted to actually be, and I am back in Florida. The other places that I lived, you know, and there were several of them, they all served a specific purpose. They all served a specific purpose. Philly, New York, and Atlanta all served a very, very specific purpose, tailored to me and to my growth and to, you know, my progression. And I'm grateful for that. But I always knew I wanted to be back in Florida. Initially, though, I didn't feel that way, because I was like, I felt a different way. But when you grow and you understand that all these things work together for your good, you start seeing life differently. You start experiencing life differently. In the midst of storms, in the midst of trials, in the midst of issues, you start processing differently. You start moving differently. You start responding differently. You start wanting more in a different way for different reasons. And I'm in my bag now where I love the Lord and He loves me. And I'm adamant about my future. I'm adamant about the progression of my future. And there is no one that can get in my way. Again, that was my biggest obstacle. So it's like, if you're not forward moving, if you are not positive, if you're not secure within yourself, if you are not determined on your own road, honestly, we don't have much in common other than our humanity. Because I refuse to allow anyone's baggage, them and their baggage, to weigh me down. Like, I don't have time to stop and pause my run and my race to help you along your journey. Nah, you got to get out there and you got to get with it. You ain't got to know everything. You just got to go. You got to go. You got to move. You got to move. And that's not to say that I don't take time to hear people and see people and really just kind of share burdens with them. Because I do. But when I say that I don't have time to stop my race to cater to anyone, I literally mean that, like, if you're sitting down stuck in the muck, and that's where you want to be, don't expect to find me there, because I'm not going to be there. You know, at some point I will have encountered you. I hope to have enlightened you. I hope to have encouraged you. I hope to have inspired you to get that ass up and move. But if you're still there, you're still found in that space, days, weeks, months, years later, that's not for me. That's not for me. But at any rate, I'm hoping that the day is good. I'm hoping that the space is good. I'm hoping that the focus is good. I'm hoping that your intention is good. I'm hoping that you're learning more about your purpose. You know, your place in this life. You know what I'm saying? And I know I look wild. I need this hair. I do. I do. But it's okay, because here's the thing. If all you subscribe to are superficial things, like you stay here, you're not even my people. Because I don't stay at the surface of shit. I don't. Because if you can't dig down in that thing, then that tells me you not planted. And when the wind get to blowing and the ground get to shaking and the waves get to splashing, you going to slide right off that motherfucker. And that's not safe for you or me. So let's learn how to dig into shit and get past the things that you see with your eye and start listening with your heart. What is your mind saying? What is your spirit saying to you? What's your relationship like with your creator? What is that like? Let's get into that. That's the way more important thing. It really is. And it's just so much that I have experienced and lived through, and I'm going to share as much of it as I can. But I'm on the way. You know, I took a chance on me, and I've always, ever since I was a kid, I've always had an infatuation with the story. I love words. I love, because words are powerful. Words are powerful, right? And I read so many stories that encouraged me. They took me on journeys. I done been to several countries with no passport. I done been to several worlds without sliding through any type of dimensions. And I have learned and I am better because of it. So I say all that to say I have a book that is forthcoming. It's called Confessions of a Side Dude. It is currently being edited. The last final 2 steps, once it's finished, which it should be in the next 2 weeks, are to get it formatted for, actual, to sit inside the book and attach the cover. And then it's going to be physically available. And when it comes available, I will keep you posted, because I want to do a pre-sale before I do the actual sale. So I thank you guys for tuning in, and I look forward to your continued support. And I'm also going to be really looking forward to your thoughts and your reflections on, my first child. Be mindful about my baby, because that's my children. Now I come for your ass by my children. No, seriously though, I want to do a book club surrounding it. And I'll keep you posted as to how that's going to work. I just have to sort those things out, but I'm just looking forward to the future. That's a part of my purpose. God is not done with me. He is yet alive, and he is seated, and I'm just taking my time. I'm enjoying the journey, and I'm appreciative. So I just hope everything is well with you all. And I hope this Monday has been beautiful. And I'll check in with you guys soon. So I appreciate you for tuning in today. Be well, be easy, be breezy. And God bless you, baby. I'll talk to you later. Bye.